Okay guys, so as promised I have a little bonus clip for you guys from Frostfest Mountains to basically show you where the collectibles were that I missed. So basically if you guys head to the building towards the left in the first village, you will find this chest right here which I missed. And I'm pretty sure I missed this one last time primarily because I forgot that you could actually visit this here building in the Wii version. I thought these buildings were all blocked off in the Wii version because in the Xbox 360 there are houses you can visit which have volcano games in, and because these were taken out of the Wii versions, I assumed that all of the buildings were locked up, but I was wrong in assuming that, and it turns out that this one was actually opened, and that's where the treasure chest was that I missed. But either way, now we're going to move on to the Winged Sapphire, so I'll see you where it was I missed the Winged Sapphire then. Okay then guys, so do you remember the long flowing river towards the end of the level? Well, it turns out on the left hand side, that's where your Winged Sapphire is located, at least in the Wii version, and I completely forgot that this was here, because in the Xbox 360 version, you can get this Winged Sapphire by exploring a magic gate, which is not available in the Wii version for some reason. But either way, that's where the two collectibles that I missed around the level, so now, as you can see, I have that final star for my objectives even, not my collection, my bad. But yeah, I now have all of my collectibles, but I just need to finish off the level to get my 3 stars, and of course, I need to get no Skylanders defeated, but so far I've been successful in that objective. But with that all said and done, I will see you guys back at the regularly scheduled video, so I'll see you there, guys. Hey there, guys, this is Ignite the Fire, and before we head out for the new chapter here, I first want to show you guys that I did in fact go back to the previous 2 chapters and get 3 stars in both of them. So as you can see right here, I have in fact completed Frostfest Mountains and Mesmeralda's Show to 3-star rankings. But with all that's done, let's head out for chapter number 14 as Fantasm Forest, and hopefully we can 100% it successfully. And to do so, we're going to first need to speak to Sharpfin, so let's get a move on and get doing that, shall we?
Word around town is that Chaos fellow is finally showing himself. Everyone's preparing to join us. Now's our chance to put an end to all this. So, we're going after the man himself. The big enchilada. The little guy in charge of evil things. This is going to be awesome. Boom! If we can stop Chaos from evilizing the ancient tree spirit, then he's stopped for good. You say the word and we're off.
Well, then what are you blabbering on for? Let's get going already.
Attention, you fire trolls! I, Chaos, have tolerated the incompetence of my minions for far too long. But that ends today.
I wouldn't be too confident about that, mate.
To prove to me, your glorious leader, that you are not the complete and total failure buffet that I am already certain you are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they are. I mean, they are only trolls at the end of the day.
Here is your target, the ancient tree spirit. It must be captured at all costs. Do you hear me? Now, those miserable sky labos will try to stop you. Oh yes. But, thanks to my incomprehensible genius, you have all been equipped with this. Evilized fire.
Okay, that's flipping awesome, you guys got to admit.
You will use it to drive the tree spirit into my trap and ensure my ultimate victory. Oh, don't bother coming back. Get me? Yes, victory for me! Open the hatch!
I love them parachutes right there, so detailed.
Officer, are you sure your plan will work?
Of course it will work, fool! You just make sure you do your part. In the meantime, I am going to personally oversee this operation.
Wait, what? That could be dangerous.
Okay, so let's get into this level already, but first we've got to wait for the loading screen, obviously. But as for the level itself, it's a very well-designed level and a very enjoyable one. I have a ton of fun while playing this one, and it's definitely one of the better levels in the game. And on top of that, it's also probably the longest level of games. This video is probably going to be the longest ever Let's Play. But then again, I'm saying that, but every other time I've said that, the videos have been much shorter than I've expected. Like for Frostfest Mountains, for example, I was expecting that video to be the longest. It turns out it's the shortest. Except for the boss fights, of course. The boss levels are obviously the short ones because it's an entire level dedicated to just one boss fight. So of course it's going to be short and all. And Sharpfin, what are you saying? I thought you're supposed to be a crook, not a hero. But let's get right into this, shall we? Yeah, one thing that this game does do very well is it does have some very good NPCs in it, like Sharpfin, for example. He started off as a crook, but you can slowly see the development in his character. I mean, like, it's very, very subtle, but it's definitely there. Kind of like Scrooge from Christmas Carol, really.
The Skylanders are here. These ruthless trolls are everywhere. Look out!
How did he even see that coming anyway? It was behind him.
Before it spreads further, follow the hose back to the pump, and I'll get it hooked. Hurry, Skylander. There's not a moment to spare.
Well then, let's get right into it already then. If there's not a moment to spare, then there's going to be no moment that we'd be wasting. Yeah, they're called Boom Blossom because they kind of go, boom. But hey, Boom would approve. Even though you would get damaged by it, but still, he'd approve. Okay, once we take out all these guys, we can get on the hose right here. And this will give us access to water balloons. A much more fun way of putting out fires. Especially evil fires.
Don't worry about me. Happens all the time. Use the pump to fill water balloons to put out these despicable flames.
I never knew flames could be despicable. Good personification there, Sprucey. Sprucey? What a funny name. But a cool one at that. Okay, let's get lobbing that right over here. I believe there's a soul gem as part of the reward for us exploring this area. And I was indeed correct by that as our first of 3 soul gems, and it belongs to none other than Blast, so it is about time we got him. After all, he was a starter pack character to begin with. Okay, this right here is Blast Zone, looking awesome. Yeah, very, very cool indeed. But either way, now we've got to wait for this platform right here to lower itself, and then we can gain access back to the high ground yet again. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so there isn't actually an area over here which you can do fishing in, but I'm not too sure whether you get rewarded with a collectible or not, but we're going to do it anyway, because we're here for fun on this channel. Oh, darn, actually I take it back, this does not look that fun. Not all them eels, anyway. Actually, it's not as hard as it looks. You just need to kind of, like, be sneaky and quick with it, really. What I recommend is taking this path right here, and then waiting for a fish to nibble, and then boom, getting it back as fast as possible. And I say the right side because the fish naturally sways to the right for some reason, so going to the right makes it easier to avoid the whirlpools. But either way, now we just got to wait for this final fish to come back around, and then we can catch it, and we will have completed this little bonus task right here. Nice that we get to go back to the fishing minigame. After all, it was introduced in Chapter 3, and since then we haven't had any interaction with it, except for in the main hub world, so it's nice to be brought back in a level. And we was rewarded by it, but not with a collectible though. We was rewarded with 375 gems. Tech element, how convenient. I just happen to be a tech element Skylander. So we're going to stick with this guy for a while, purely because he's awesome and all. Boom, take that, nice one. Yeah, I love the boost ability on this guy. Okay, let's take out this dude right here. Boom, no problem whatsoever. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love just taking those guys and throwing them off the edge with this guy's magnet. So satisfactory, to say the least. But either way, that's an easy way to put out a fire, much more easier than taking the separate water balloons to it. Well, then we better go and help her out. ASAP.
Fire must be put out before it can spread.
I don't know what will happen if those flames touch her, but it won't be anything good, that's for certain.
Yeah, true that.
You must do whatever it takes to put out those flames, Skylander. If the ancient is
Whatever it takes, bruh. Whatever it takes, bruh. Yeah. Nolan, that's another awesome name. So many awesome names in this episode. First up, we get Sprucey, and now we got Nolan. But either way, here's... Oh. Here is your first wooden Dalmatian. This time I didn't mess up the jump, so that was definitely more successful than the time preceding it. Nice, this is working out very well. All of our enemies have very much been taken out, so now we can advance to the next zone. So, actually, I was going to enter that area first, but there's actually a teleport zone over here, so we're going to engage in that before I completely forget about it, because knowing me, I will. And so, for this, we're going to go with the wash loop combination. A very nice combination, to say the least. So without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said before, I love doing these teleport zones, so it's going to be a bunch of fun to say the least. Okay, there's our first magic runic, so we simply need 2 more of these bad boys to complete the phase, and then we're done with this first phase, so we got 2 more to worry about. Oops. I could have done that much more smoothly, but hey, that don't really matter, just a little bonus area, right? Nice, there's all that sorted, nice and efficiently. Oh, and we got a wing gem as well, how awesome. Okay, there's the last runic for the phase, so now we got 3 more runics to worry about in one final phase here, so hopefully we can be successful. And if I fail, I'm going to be very, very mad, so let's try and avoid that, shall we? Okay, here's our first runic. Oh, that was close right there. We even got wing gem as well. Okay, here's our second runic. In exactly the same spot as the first one was, in fact. Oh, and I have spotted the last one. So nice, we have, in fact, completed this so successfully. So that is awesome, to say the least. I just realised that. I use the word awesome a lot. But hey, that's because the word awesome is awesome, right, guys? So we got our nice, delicious free flying gems right there. And I say delicious because they look just like apples, and apples too are delicious. But either way, here's our first of 3, count them, 3 legendary treasures. So not 1, not 2, but 3 entire legendary treasures can be found on the stage. Yeah, this stage is really, really big, so to parallel that, there's a lot of collectibles to find. So, you know, I've got nothing against that, because if we have long levels, then they got to have a lot of collectibles, and that's exactly what this level is, so I'm glad to be saying that. Because, you know, I love collecting collectibles, and the fact that this stage has so many of them is awesome. But either way, we're finally introduced to the Undead Spellpunk, even though we've seen the Undead Spellpunk before in Elemental Zones, but this is our first, like, actual introduction to it in the main storyline, outside of Elemental Gates. Nice, that took that guy straight out. Okay, so here's the pump for the water balloon, so now let's head back outside to get to the actual water balloon itself. Because of course it's pretty useless to turn for pump to create a water balloon unless we actually go back to get the water balloon itself. Okay, nice, those guys were sorted out straight away thanks to the awesome power of this here combination. Like I said, this is definitely far from a bad one. So let's head outside. Hopefully we can make it to the area that I need to make it to in time. So we're going to head in this general direction. And then we're going to throw the water balloon at this here area. And then from that we have earned our second wooden Dalmatian. So let's, without further ado, advance through the area. If you guys are wondering why I went silent now, I was currently just looking at my stash of Skylanders. Because what I do with these videos is that I basically, like, before I start recording, I get a quick stash of Skylanders, just a few per element, so that then I can, like use them throughout the level. Sometimes though I forget a few elements, like that one time in Motleyville where I went for an Earth character but I forgot to pick one up. But either way, so I was basically just looking at my stash of Skylanders quickly so I could see who I should swap out for in the future. But either way, over here is our third Dalmatian. Very early on in the level, we've already got 3 wooden Dalmatians already, so that's awesome. But for some reason, I couldn't seem to make that jump. Yeah, that's actually a really tough jump to make because of the angles of those there platforms. Because basically the platform is too diagonal and too high up in order to jump over it, which is actually bad design. So like, this part of the level isn't too well designed, but everything else is very, very good. Okay, there's that guy all sorted. So now we've got to take out the rest of them, because one isn't enough. We're not going to stop till all of them are dead. Wow, that actually sounds really dark. But hey, we are playing as a dark variant, so it's time to get dark and gruesome and stuff. Imagine if Skylanders had blood in it. Well, actually, that actually sounds really, really cool. Like, I hope Skylanders 7 is R-rated now. Not really. I want Skylanders to maintain its childish appeal. And plus, I don't want to censor all of my videos, because I want to keep my videos very PG-friendly. Okay, I definitely want my taco, because that looks like one delicious taco. You know what, I'm probably pronouncing that right. I mean, like, I'm sure someone in the comments is going to be like, oh, it's actually taco, not taco, get it right. But either way, here's our first treasure chest, do not forget about that, it's an easy one to miss. So that's our first of 5. But now we've got an undead spellpunk right here, so we're just going to bring in our ghost ship to take him straight out, and then we're going to teleport over here to avoid that there rocket. Nice. Yeah, right here in the other versions of the game, you have basically a sector where it's firefighter sector, so you have to save the ships from catching on fire, but instead you have a hat located over here in the Wii version, and you can head straight into the next area without needing to worry about that firefighter section, because the Wii isn't capable of handling several different firefighter sections in one level. But either way, there's another treasure chest located right here. This is the second one, I believe. This one, if you somehow miss it, you are kind of, I don't want to say blind, because that would be a bit too offensive, so I'm just going to go with dumb. Because that is like one of the easiest to find treasure chests in the game. Kind of like that one's treasure chest in Rampant Ruins, which is literally like right in front of your eyes. But either way, here's the story scroll, and it's actually very, very well hidden. Like, you will easily glance past this area because it's it's barely in camera. So it just makes it more satisfactory when you do find the story scroll. This was actually the last collectible I found in this entire game, so without further ado, we're going to read it.
There are many who think it is unwise for tree men to volunteer for the Skylanders firefighter squad.
I also think that.
But far better than joining the Lumberjacks Guild or the Wood Carving Association.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think these tree men are picking their professions very wisely, are they? But yeah, the fact that collectible is hard to find does make it even more satisfying when you do finally find it. But luckily, thanks to this 100% Let's Play, you can in fact find that piece quite easily. Okay, these function very similar to the Evil-Eye Sugar Bats we saw in Rampant Ruins, except from the fact that they create like a laser to the left and right of them. But they have pretty much exactly the same health and do exactly the same attack pattern. So if you're really good at handling the Sugar Bats, you're going to be fine with these guys as well. You just got to remember that you got to actually jump when these guys come near you, rather than just worrying about dodging their attacks. Oh man, that guy hurt right up there. Okay, let's go opening this treasure chest up right here. Nice. And there's a life and undead zone over here, so without further ado, we are going to swap to a combination of the light and undead elements, not light, life. That's the problem with having two words that both begin with L. Because sometimes I have problems differentiating words that both begin with the same letters and sound very, very similar. Because whether you like it or not, Life and Light do sound very, very similar.
If you help him, Skylander, I will reward you quite handsomely.
Well, then let's get helping him out. Not like he's a spellpunk or anything. Sorry for the spoilers, by the way, guys. But hey, I've already played this zone, so why not spoil you dudes? Okay, nice. There's all of them guys sorted. So now we can head into these areas over here and collect 2 keys. Now this is a very, very simple and easy zone. There's nothing to it whatsoever. Like I said, most of these dual gates are not very good in the game. They could have been so much more than what they are, but, you know, they just feel lazy, really. Like, that's probably the worst part of the game. Because I feel like this game has the weakest elemental gates. Because, like, they do put some effort into the design of the levels, but the design is nowhere near as good as the previous games, and that also shows in both the main levels and the elemental gates. Take that. Yeah, boom, nice. Okay, so now let's collect our handsome reward, shall we? So yeah, there's so many missed opportunities in this game. There's so many things that they could have done better, but it didn't, purely because of laziness, I find. But hey, it's still a good game. It still has a lot of things going for it. Like, for level design might be more basic, but it's also incredibly fun, kind of like Imaginators, but Imaginators is more fun, which is why I prefer Imaginators to this game. But with that all being said, Imaginators is not my favourite game, and you guys are going to learn about that in my ranked video, when I rank all 6 Skylanders games from worst to first, which is going to come out very, very soon, I can assure you guys. But either way, the element of the area is in fact dedicated to the magic element, so we're going to swap to Duneberg. I can't remember if I've been this guy yet or not on the Let's Play, but I don't think so, so now it's a perfect chance to use him. And he is golden because I went down the armor path with this dude, because, you know, who doesn't love gold armor, right? Either way, that area over there is where we found the story scroll from, so this view here basically gives you a hint towards where you might be able to find that story scroll. So I like the fact how, you know, the camera's always working for you to give you subtle hints towards collectibles and all that fun stuff. Oh darn, the element of the area isn't magic anymore, that's a shame, isn't it? Okay, let's get heading, first things first, let's take out this guy, he's annoying me. Nice. That's one easy way to take him out, just put him in a ball and then shoot the ball into the sea. Easy way of doing it, but hey, it's effective, so why not use it? Because sometimes the most simplest path is the one with the correct answer. Because, you know, what's funny exams is that, like, for marks that most people drop marks on, it's not for difficult questions that require a lot of work. It's the easy ones, and that's mostly because you end up second-guessing yourself. You're like, oh, it can't possibly be that easy, can it? And so, because you second-guess yourself, it basically means that, you, put down the answer that's wrong, instead, so that's why the simplest path is sometimes the one with the correct answer. So just think logically, don't think, oh, this is too hard or too easy. Because that's what will lose you marks, not the fact that you can't do it, the fact that, you know, the fact that you judge a question before reading it, really, before dealing with it. Don't judge a question, just do it, pretty much. That's my advice to you guys, and very useful advice for the exams, so keep that in mind. Especially if you're in my year, which my year is doing GCSEs this year, so good luck to anyone in year 11. Treasure chest time. Oh wow, 4 or 5 already. This is going really well so far. But we've got a load of screens to look forward to. So that part is not so great. Load in Fantasm Forest. Well then, hurry up and load already, Mr. Fantasm Forest. I never knew that levels could get genders, but now I just gave this level a mister, so obviously, you know, they can, all of a sudden. Either way, there's nothing back here, even though you would expect it there would be. But I'll tell you where there is something. You head up in this direction here, then you can activate this pump at the top, and then that'll give you access to that area blocked off by evilized fire. And then in this area there is a wooden Dalmatian. I think this is the last one. It is indeed. I believe in the other versions of the game, however, though, there's actually 6 days of guys to collect, so in all the other versions of the game, this is not the last one. But it is for the Wii version, and the Wii version is the one we're playing right now, so the Wii version is the one we're going to worry about. Okay, it's basically useless trying to put the big enemies into the balls, because they will not fit into them. But either way, this guy is really, really cool. I do quite like this guy. Quite a lot, actually, in fact. Like, when I first got this guy, I got him as a buy one, get one free offer when... and not only would it buy one, get one free, but Tesco had them at discounted prices, so they were at £4. So it's £4, buy one, get one free. So I managed to get both Zulu and this guy. And man, that was an awesome bargain, I'm telling you right now. And as for the Swap Force combination we're going to go with Blast Zone, but we're going to go with a fairly peculiar Blast Zone, because we're going to go for regular top half, but the dark bottom half. And I tell you what, that looks really, really strange, but really awesome as well. But either way, as I was saying about my little story with Dunebug and Zulu, when I first bought them, I was expecting that Dunebug would be the really, really awesome one, and Zulu would be the kind of sucky one. But I just got Zulu because, you know, he was free, so may as well, right? But then I started playing them, and it turns out Dunebug was kind of a disappointment to me at first. I didn't like him very much, but Zulu, however, oh, Zulu, the minute I started playing with him, I fell in love. I am so sorry, Zulu, for judging your design. Never judge a Skylander by its design. That's what I did with Zulu, and that was one of my biggest mistakes, because Zulu is so awesome. He's turned into one of my favourites, and it's hard to think that I ever thought of him as a bad Skylander, really. And then as for Dunebug, like I said, I did at first find him disappointing and didn't like him much at first, but since then I've played him a whole lot more, and I've actually started to like him. He's a good Skylander, but he's not the best. There's a lot of things that could be improved with him, and he does have a lot of weaknesses, but still, he's not bad. Better than a lot of other characters, but still, I think he would barely make double digits in a ranking list. Like, he'd be at the top 80s at very best. Ooh, that Evil Eyes Fire hurt. But luckily it wasn't enough to defeat me, so we managed to complete this zone successfully. But man, that was really, really sloppy there, guys. That's what happens when I focus too much on the talking rather than the game. So I promise you guys I won't do a zone that sloppily ever again, because that was pathetic, honestly. I mean, like, I'm lucky I didn't die right there. I don't know how I didn't. Oh wait, no, I think I do. I think the difficulty's still on easy from when I changed it from the boss fight, and I haven't changed it back yet. So that's my apologies, guys. It's not because I'm bad at the game, it's purely because I just forgot to change the difficulty. So what I'll do is I'll change back the difficulty so that then we can make sure that the difficulty's on hard for the last levels of the game. But either way, it seems that we have a giant's chest to worry about, so Eyeball's going to help us out with that. I've got my eye on you. So let's get opening this bad boy up, shall we? Oops, I accidentally hit the home menu button instead of the minus button. That's a problem with mapping all of these interaction buttons to a minus button, because you can accidentally click the home menu button by mistake, so that's why I don't like the control scheme of this game as much as the previous ones.
Yes, I am the chief of the volunteer fire brigade. I hurried over as soon as I heard. I'm ready to assist.
Nice to see you again, Willerbark.
Distress call. Chaos has set fire to Forever Spring Village. All of my people are in danger. Hurry, we haven't a moment to spare.
Well then, let's get to it, shall we? Yeah, normally in all other versions of the game, this is the second firefighter section you have to concern yourself with, but because this is Wii, this is actually the first one for us. Because for Wii is so downgraded in comparison to the other consoles. Stupid Wii. That's a problem with Wii though, it's basically like one generation behind its competition. And that's a problem with Nintendo, they're always one step behind. Like, the Wii U was the equivalent of an Xbox 360 in a time where, you know, the PS4 was super powerful. Like, the PS4, I'm pretty sure, is the equivalent of, like, 10 Wii U's or something like that. Like, the PS4 is crazy powerful. I mean, like, the PS4 is still the most powerful console out there. It's even more powerful than the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch, I'm pretty sure, is the equivalent of a Wii U. But the difference is with the Nintendo Switch is that it's basically a Wii U on the go, so, you know, definitely has that going for it. Because if you couldn't take the Switch on the go, then the Switch would not be selling as well as it is now. But another successful thing about the Switch is that it's had more successful games on it already, and it's very short into its life cycle. So Nintendo's coped with the Switch very, very well in terms of getting better marketing for it, getting better games out for it and stuff.
Looks like Chaos and his trolls are moving in to finish the
And so that's why the Switch is doing better than the Wii U, at least that's why I think it is, and that's also why I'm really longing for the Switch right now, purely because the games on it are so good looking. Like, I really want Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I really want Splatoon 2, and I really, really want Mario Odyssey. Like, that game looks so good. Like, I'd honestly buy an entire Nintendo Switch for that game. That's how good it looks to me. Either way, it would seem that the life element is of the strongest element in the zone, so what we're going to do is we're going to fight a bunch of enemies, and then I'm going to turn to a light core friend of mine. But that's not going to be before we fall down, that is.
Too much for this, Treeman. I'm not cut out for trolls and golems and...
Okay, let's be turning this pump right here, shall we? And then we can head out for the water balloon that's going to vacate somewhere over here. Oh, that was close. I almost hit an explosive barrel. Hit an explosive barrel with a giant will set it off immediately. Because, you know, we're a giant. Just by walking into stuff, we destroy it. But either way, there is a treasure chest in this here area. Another easy one to miss. So make sure you go and collect that one. And that is the 5th one of the level, I believe. Yes, I was indeed correct by assuming that. Unfortunately, Eyebrawler's more on the slow side. So we're going to have to make do with what we have. But luckily, with the Chompies, we can just walk into them. And then they did. Nice. Okay, let's bring in this guy's eye right here. Nice, he's all sorted. So yeah, at the next enemy stop, we're definitely going to swap to a light core friend of mine. Like now would be a really good time. Okay, so as for the light core friend I was referring to, to none other than Light Core Shroom Boom, mostly because there's only 2 Light Cores in the game, Light Core Shroom Boom and Light Core Bumble Blast, and I do not own Light Core Bumble Blast yet, so of course I was referring to Light Core Shroom Boom. Oh nice, took him straight out, so now let's get spinning this thing right here. I just realised I swapped to Shroom Boom, even though there's like an undead area over there, but don't worry, we'll get to that in a second here. Wait for that fire to stop, and then we can head over in this general direction right here to receive the second soul gem of level, which belongs to none other than Freeze Blade, so we're going to get straight into his preview right here. Nice. So I'm wondering, can we jump down here? Oh yeah, we can. I'm pretty sure that there's invisible walls down the Xbox 360 version and stuff. But either way, as for the undead gate, we're going to swap back to Eyeball right here, purely because he's the only undead I have in my stash right here. And plus, I don't mind giving him a bit more screen time. I mean, like, this is the first appearance he's had in Let's Play, and he's my second favourite giant, so, you know, I got to play my second favourite giant some more. Prove to you why he's my second favourite giant. Oh yeah, this is a 2D platform section, a very awesome one at that. Okay, nice. I summoned some eyeballs right there, and that finished off that dude. Yeah, I love some of the phrases that this guy says when he summons the eyes. Very, very funny, some of them. Oh my god, he's too tall for that there sector. That's hilarious. Oh no, my battery's running low. That ain't great. But hey, it's enough to finish off this here zone, at the very least. So that's what's important. Oh man, I barely missed that jump right now. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be heading downwards and outwards. I about jumped too soon right now, but luckily we have some crates right there, so we managed to destroy them simply by walking into them because of our sheer might. Okay, wait for these spikes to go back down, so then we can get through unscathed. Quickly, Eyebrow, quickly! Ah, that hurt. Oh, that was close right there. I almost messed it up, but luckily for us, I didn't. So here is the hat, and for some reason, the lighting in the area becomes normal as soon as we receive a hat. But either way, we also completed an achievement right there called the Painted Lady thingy, basically for collecting a certain amount of winged sapphires, I believe is how you unlock that award. And so, we're going to quickly advance here, and if the element stays as life, then we're going to swap for Shroom Boom. Oh, Eyebrawl's too fat, we can't fit in that area for the food. Sorry, Eyebrawl, but I gotta be honest and all, because what am I if I'm not honest? Yeah, I don't think this is going to stay live for long. Something's telling me that, but I could of course be wrong by that. Okay, let's head over here. Well, it's a good thing I didn't swap to Shroom Boom, because if I did, then I'd just be swapping back for a sneak character. But either way, as a sneak character we're going to go for Doom Bomb. Wow, that actually sounds awesome, Doom Bomb. Edward would definitely approve of that name, because as I've said before, he personally loves the video game franchise Doom. But either way, let's get into this Sneak Zone without further ado. I can't wait for this. After all, Sneak is my favourite swap zone. Oh yeah, this one's really clever. Basically, you have platforms that arise when you get near them. So yeah, it's very clever. As for the wing gems, I'm not going to bother going out of my way to get them, because if I don't, then that'll make the video more efficient and I'll waste less time. And also, this guy's already maxed out on gold, so you know, there's no need to go out of my way just to get a small additional amount of gold. If you guys want to see where to go and get like all of the wing gems, then there are other channels for that. And when I say 100%, I don't mean 100% as in getting like everything in the game perfect. I mean as in getting every collectible, whether that's on or off camera. Most of the time off camera though. Or at least that is for the boss fights, to get all of the collectibles on camera at least. But either way, I have been very much enjoying this Let's Play, so I hope you guys have been enjoying watching it as much as I have been enjoying playing it. Because man, this game is fun, and it's even more fun when you're doing it as a Let's Play for YouTube, trust me on that. Like, doing Let's Plays on YouTube make the game you're playing 5 times as much fun as what it actually is. But either way, we just took the hit from lasers like a man. Oh darn, the laser's still on. Phew, that was close. Thank heavens for my easy difficultiness. Oh come on, how did that catch me? Physics for you guys, I was like, how far away from that light, and yet it still detected me? Shut up. Oh no. Laser, go away. Okay. Woo. I really need to get off this spot, but I can't. Woo. Man, that was a really tough spot. Yeah, that spot is tough because it's either the lasers or the lights. Like, it's very hard to avoid both in that there sector. But what matters is that we managed to get through it successfully. If I was on a hard difficulty, I easily would have died there. So luckily, it is a good thing that was on easy. Maybe it's just that I do suck at the game. But either way, as for the reward, we got a legendary treasure, the third and final one of the level, known as the Glowy Mushroom. What an original name. And I just realised that this combination is Half-Life, meaning that we might as well stick with this one, because we'll still get the elemental bonus. Oh, yeah, man. That hurt. It was just not very good. Take that, sucker. Nice. Okay, so we need to head to the pump, which is located in this sector. And then we need to head out for the water balloon so we can take out that evilized fire right there. So as for the collectibles, I believe we're only missing one last soul gem, and luckily for us, I happen to know where it is. Man, that was close. But hey, no risk, no reward, and we took a risk and we got rewarded for it. And by that I mean, like, we were slightly faster on our travels, on our adventures I should even say. Nice, we evaded that guy with complete skill. contrasting what I said earlier about the fact that I suck at this game, because I really don't, so I'm glad I could contrast that fact with pure evidence. Okay, let's get a burger, because burgers taste really good and are totally healthy for you. Okay, we've got to be fast here, because those things turn on and turn off very, very quickly. Like, there's very little there's a very small window in between each one for us to travel through it. But either way, we're already going to preview Scratch, which I've only played once in this Let's Play so far, it would seem. But hey, there's so many Skylanders in this game, it's hard to play all of them. Oh boy, that was close. Yeah, I miscalculated how close I was to a fire, but luckily I managed to make it back before I got hit, so I managed to evade the damage right there. Now, as for the collectibles, I believe that's all of them. I don't think I'm missing anything, so that is good to say the least. Oh, we're also going to attack these here baskets, because you get a bunch of golden food from them, so I highly recommend doing that. I mean, like, look at that, we've got 80 gold from those 2 baskets alone, because each of them dropped, like, 4 10 pieces of gold.
Nothing stands in our way now, Skylander. Are you ready to take the fight to Chaos?
But now it would seem it's ready for us to take the fight to Chaos, according to Willerbark right here, so let's get straight to it, shall we? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to save the Ancient Tree Spirit, and then we need to take out Chaos once and for all. So let's get to it. Die, fire, die, because fire can die like that. Huh, now I'm using personification, a bit like that other guy did before, Spacey I think its name was, or something like that. Or Sprucey actually, I think it was Sprucey. A nice tree pun, I suppose. Nice. Okay, one last evilized fire left, so let's go ahead and take that out right now. Give the tree some water, help it hydrate. Because hydration is important. Remember to have your 2 liters of water a day, people. I know, I certainly do. I drink all the time. I have a bottle of water right next to me for when the cutscenes come around. Well then, let's take up that chance of stopping Chaos and go ahead and actually do so. And also take out these copters while we're at it as well. Because who likes copters, right? Okay, let's take out those dudes right now. Nice. And there's all of them not taken out also. Okay, it's time to bring the fight to Chaos. He's going to regret this. I mean, he's literally going against a Skylander called Doom Bomb, for crying out loud. Like, how much of a suicide mission do you want? I mean, how much more of a suicide mission do you want? That's what I meant by that. It's just not what I said, so, you know, I gotta say what I mean instead of say just random stuff, really. Say what I mean and not say what I do. I don't know. That sentence really don't work out for me right there, did it? I was trying to make a pun on do what I say and not do what I do, but, you know, it didn't really work out in that respect. Funny how we can hit those guys, like, through the island right there. That's physics for you guys. But it's Skylanders. Who cares about physics? I mean, you can literally use fire characters in ice areas, for crying out loud. And you can also do it vice versa by using ice in volcanoes, and somehow the ice doesn't melt immediately. Nice. Chaos just has a few more hits left and they'll be taken down. Hopefully we can do it in this last phase right here. Okay guys, don't be concerned about that. That was just my phone recorder running out of space right there. But don't worry, I still have space on my DU recorder, so it will still continue recording. it's just going to be awkward for editing later. And by awkward, I mean like really super awkward. Nice, took that straight out. Because what I end up doing is my setup is I basically put on my camera, then I press the record button, and then I start recording my screen using DU screen recorder. And basically that makes it much more easier for editing for me, and it also helps fixes for audio at the same time. But the thing is that now that the camera has ran out of space, the video itself had to stop, but luckily my screen recorder is still recording the screen, so it will make the recording for editing much more awkward for me. It will not ruin the video in the same time, because the video can continue with very minor issues, basically. That's what I'm trying to say here. But either way, we got cutscenes to look forward to, yay! But not only that, but I believe we also have loading screens as well. But this is strange, we've actually saved a ancient elemental without needing to worry with a boss fight afterwards, so that's great. But we're going to shut up so you can enjoy this cutscene already.
And the eruption ceremony can commence. But this is not the only cause for joy. It is time for a new generation to lead us. Please welcome our brave Tessa as your new chiefess. Let the celebration begin!
For the look on Flynn's face, he was so surprised when she called out her name and not his.
Or face the unending doom wrath of chaos! I hate flowers.
But how can you hate something so beautiful? Actually, quite easily. I mean, he is evil, for crying out loud.
Wowzers, this is gonna be awesome! You know what this calls for? Oh, that's right. Special volcano boom. Uh-oh. What'd I do?
Congratulations, Skylanders! Once again, you have foiled one of my son's ridiculously overblown and poorly thought-out plans.
Wow, your mom's kinda harsh, huh?
You think?
But this is far from over.
Hey, what the? Tessa! Hey! You bring her back right now!
I don't think so. If you want her, you're going to have to come and get her.
Oh no, not Tessa. But either way, I do want to go ahead and apologise about the issue at the end of the video, and I want to apologise even more if I could not explain it very well. But it will definitely seem that we are approaching the end of the video here, but I'm not going to sign out just yet.
Oh, goodness. This is terrible. I can't believe they've taken Tessa. Forgive me, Skylander. You have already done so much, but please, you must save her.
Be careful, Skylander. This may be a trap, but you must go and bring Tessa back safely. She has always been like a daughter to me, and I can't bear to think of harm coming to her.
They would have taken her to Chaos's fortress on the far outskirts of Cloudbreak. Please see Flynn and Sharkfin as soon as you can. Tessa is counting on you.
And basically, as soon as I can is in the next episode, which is going to be tomorrow's episode. So hey, you guys get to look forward to the raid on Chaos's lair tomorrow. But either way, as for now, this is the end of this here episode. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and thanks even more for coping with the minor issue we had before. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.